Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
All right, I've been told that this never happens, but oddly enough, it's happening again. For something that never happens, it sure does happen a lot. So it's very surprising. What's happening? 2 Phenix City women, both Democrats, have been arrested for allegedly ballot harvesting. Yeah, something we were told does not happen. And anyone who believes it does is basically a racist from the South. Jim Crow 2.0 and all that fun stuff. That's what we've been told over and over and over again. Turns out, it does happen. Yep, that super rare event happened yet again. 2 individuals in Phenix City were ballot harvesting during elections, which is illegal inside the state of Alabama, and they should be put in jail for doing so. And they were both volunteering for the same person, Jamar Gales, a person running for city council in that area.
Number 6.
What a loser! A 37-year-old man who threw a sandwich at a federal officer during President Donald Trump's enforcement operation in Washington, D.C., let's call it a crime crackdown in Washington, D.C., has been fired from the DOJ and could face actual jail time. Just think about that for a second. I mean, the guy is a paralegal at the DOJ, and he has now been charged with felonies and fired from his job. God, that is embarrassing. Police allege the man approached law enforcement, including Metro Transit Police and U.S. Border Patrol officers, and began yelling obscenities before he threw a sandwich. I mean, they don't really allege that. It's on video. So it happened.
Number 5.
The first ever use of the Agent Billy Clardy Third Act has led to a major drug trafficking bust in Huntsville. This has resulted in 23 indictments, the seizure of $4.8 million in illegal drugs, the seizure of $223,385 in U.S. currency, 10 firearms, and 4 vehicles. So it was very, very powerful. You say 23 indictments. If you go look at this, it's an amazing story. You can scroll through the list of people. Reginald Eugene Scott, 46, Huntsville, trafficking cocaine and trafficking marijuana. Fabian Darrell Scott, 48, Huntsville, trafficking cocaine. Devin Emmett Farrell, 37, of Texas, trafficking cocaine, trafficking marijuana, trafficking fentanyl. You name it, they're doing it, and they arrested a bunch of people for this. This is a big deal.
Number 4.
The Border Patrol's trolling game was strong. They decided to arrest someone outside California Governor Gavin Newsom's anti-Trump rally, sending Governor Newsom into a tizzy, saying, "Wake up, America, this is a serious moment. Wake up to what's going on. Wake up to the fear, the anxiety." Man, what is he going for? Wake up to what's happening, not just here in Los Angeles, where we saw our streets militarized, where we saw our due process rights thrown out the window. That's Trump's America, he said. That's the moment we're living in. So these are sober times. I mean, the guy has to, I guess, keep things at 11. He has no choice. I mean, what's he going to do? Be a reasonable person or a good governor? I mean, we know that's not going to happen. But yeah, Newsom is freaking out, and he is trying to scare people, and I think this is probably a good way to do it. So kudos to him.
Number 3.
Congressman Barry Moore has come out swinging. Okay, this race is going to get pretty interesting if this is how this thing's going to go. He's running against Jared Hudson and Attorney General Steve Marshall. Marshall, of course, is the front runner in all of this. And he has said that he is the only Democrat in the race. He says he's the only candidate who hasn't donated to or been a Democrat in the race. So there's going to be an interesting response to that, I'm going to imagine. So I look forward to it. Also, a little bit of news here. AL.com is really trying to push Congressman Mo Brooks into this race, the former congressman for the 5th Congressional District, good friend of this program. is still being asked about jumping in the race and is still not ruling it out. They will continue asking that question of him until he rules it out. I can't tell you that he's not going to do it. It sounds like he's interested, that's for sure.
Number 2.
Russian President Vladimir Putin praised President Donald Trump's sincere peace efforts in Ukraine, saying, making, in my opinion, quite energetic and sincere efforts to stop the hostility, stop the crisis, and reach agreements that are in the interest of all parties involved in the conflict, hinting at a possible U.S.-Russia nuclear deal, in addition to signaling that he may be open to a peace deal in Ukraine. Now, much of the talk centers around the land for peace deal that seems to be Trump's push. And I'm telling you, I think you're going to see a quasi-agreement come out of this thing today, but it's not an agreement that Vladimir Zelensky's any part of, and it's not an agreement that apparently the rest of the world wants. They really want this thing to continue and drag on. I think that's a horrible idea, but what do I know?
Now, time for the number 1 thing you'll be talking about today.
Alabama Republicans continue to praise Donald Trump. Now we are seeing the Attorney General taking over D.C. Police and has installed a new emergency commissioner after the D.C. Police said, yeah, we're not going to help you with immigration stuff. And basically everyone agrees this is a power that the President of the United States has. U.S. Senator Katie Britt endorsed President Trump's D.C. crime crackdown, saying, quote, making Washington, D.C. safe and beautiful again is a national priority. And she's right about that. She's absolutely right about that. That is exactly what we want to see them doing. But again, people are just absolutely freaking out about it, but making that a national priority. She says this is good. She wants to see this. And the reports of success are continuing to pour in about what's going on. Bad guys are being arrested. I know a lot of people are very upset about this. Bad guys being arrested here. And you know what else they're doing? They're clearing out all of the homeless encampments. And I don't know when's the last time you guys have been to D.C., but there is massive homeless encampments all over that city, including at Union Station. The Union Station is right off the mall right off the Capitol. And you can tell that those people who are staying there out in the front yard, not the right way to say it, but out in front of it, that they had no fear of ever having to deal with law enforcement up until this point. Well, now they're having to deal with law enforcement. They are having to deal with law enforcement telling them that you got to get out of here. And they're cleaning those things up. And that's great. We should push for more of this. We should want more of this. We should applaud this. And yes, Katie Britt is right. Making Washington, D.C. safe and beautiful is a national priority. And Donald Trump is doing that right now. Those are the 7 things you should be talking about today. They're brought to you by my friends over there at 2 Men in a Truck. You'll get 2 men, you'll get a truck, and you'll get so much more. Let my friends at 2 Men in a Truck take care of you. Let them help you out today. They'll move it. Yes, that's true. No question about it. They'll come and they'll unpack it. They'll stage it. Yes, that's true too. They'll do it all for you. You get 2 Men in a Truck, and like I said, so much more. They want to treat everyone the way they treat their own grandmother. They have the grandma rule, and that's what that says. Big, small, near, far, 2 Men in a Truck. They do it all. Learn more at 2meninatruckhuntsville.com. Talk to those guys today. I know I was happy I did, and you will as well. 2meninatruckhuntsville.com.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 things you should be talking about today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.